The Fallout 4 VAT system can be frustrating, and manual gunplay is often quirky. So, how about just beating Fallout 4 without using any guns? Well, I did that, and this is a quick compilation video to show you how. The first step of any Fallout 4 game is character creation, which means designing your face and then wandering aimlessly around your house for a few minutes until the Vault-Tec rep shows up and you can fill out your special stats. Now, this build started off being Fudge Muppet's Deathclaw build, link in description, but it didn't stay that way for the entire run, which is going to be 8 strength, 1 perception, 5 endurance, 1 charisma, 3 intelligence, 9 agility, and 1 luck. We all know what happens next. Your neighborhood does the firework, you go down into the vault, you get frozen for 210 years, your spouse gets killed, your baby gets stolen, and you get released into the wasteland. The tutorial vault is not very difficult, it's a bunch of rad roaches. That, some building, and the mole rats at Red Rocket let me level up. I picked Blitz so I could improve my melee range in VATS, and then it was off to the Museum of Freedom for the first actual fight of the game. There's a raider back here who is asking for cover, which is funny. I don't quite have range yet. I now have range. You are very dead. Oh, you are less dead than I had hoped. Okay. You might be looking forward to me tackling a Deathclaw, but let's be realistic here. I can't use guns. That's not happening.
Grab that laser musket and help us, please!
Yeah, but I can't use that sort of thing, you know. For my second level up, I put a point in Sneak. I still haven't put anything into melee or unarmed. And yes, melee or unarmed. I will in fact be going into both, because ultimately, melee weapons are better, but when you get to a certain level in melee weapon perks, you are forced to start hitting everything in front of you. Yes, friendly fire is possible even when you have melee weapons, go figure. So I needed some ranks in unarmed, just to avoid that sort of thing from happening. Also, my first major weapon was going to be the Deathclaw Gauntlet, which is an unarmed weapon. Even though I'm not willing to fight a Deathclaw at level 2, I'm willing to go up against a minigun. Did I mention that I'm allowed to use grenades? Oh, frick, she's right there. Well, too late. Got her. This actually cues a discussion about the constraints of this run. I'm trying to beat the game, of course, without using a gun. Restrictions that therefore require us to define both use and gun. To me, to use a gun means to fire it, so I'm allowed to look down the scope of a sniper rifle as though it was a pair of binoculars. You don't like it, you do the challenge run yourself. However, defining use alone does not completely solve my problem, because I would like to go to Nuka World, because there are a couple of wonderful, wonderful melee perks that I can only get by playing Nuka World. The problem is, to start Nuka World, I have to use a squirt gun. And in order to justify that, I must therefore also define what is a gun. The problem that I'm abruptly running into, the problem that I hadn't thought about when I boarded the train to Nuka, there's a mini nuke back here, that's funny, is that this is a no guns run. This is a squirt gun. Obvious solution, gun means firearmed. Squirt guns does not have gunpowder. I'm good. Okay, as fun as that was, we gotta be honest here. No guns means no guns, okay? So there's no using the cannon. The cannon is a gun. Anyway, back to the game. I abused the settlement crafting system a bit more to level up, and here I got the first rank in Iron Fist. Finally some direct damage. Next up, Sunshine Tidings, where we get the Wasteland Survival Guide that doubles meat drops, which is going to be very important considering the amount of times that I'm going to be getting pretty badly hurt because I can't shoot things at range, and they of course can shoot me while I'm running to punch them in the face. That's going to be worth another level up. First point in Ninja. Now my melee sneak attacks do 4 times normal damage. Unfortunately, this is bugged. My unarmed attacks do not get this bonus. Another reason to start speccing into melee. Now, so far I've been going through the videos at a pretty pedestrian pace, and if I keep this up, this video is going to be over an hour long. So, let's go a little bit faster. For example, my raid on the Corvega plant was entertaining, but not particularly relevant to the ongoing challenge. Nor was my diversion at Covenant anything more than that, a diversion. What's not a diversion was me buying the champion left arm from Lucas Miller, which gives me +1 strength and endurance. And with that, it's time for the epic quest for the Deathclaw Gauntlet. This involves traveling overland to the eastern end of the map to Salem and entering the Museum of Witchcraft, a creepy haunted house with the standard haunted house set pieces and a leveled Deathclaw. If I knew where the egg was, I could grab the egg and run. But I don't. The plot of this mission is you stumble across the ruins of a gunner mission that was trying to find a Deathclaw egg. You can then either complete the contract that the gunners died trying to complete, or return the egg to the nest. Returning the egg to the nest gives you the gauntlet. I don't know what the other thing does. I think it gives you like a recipe. I don't really care. I was really only after the gauntlet. And oh my god, was this pants shittingly terrifying. Yeah, he sees us. Okay, oh, he sees us. He angry. Danger, danger, danger. Sergeant Lee. Pristine Deathclaw egg. Got it. I managed to get out of the museum. I figured I was safe. No. I'm just talking to myself because I don't... I would go insane if I stopped talking. I'd be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, detected. Hello. I'm gonna put your egg down. I'm gonna put your egg down. There's your egg. There's your egg. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna take this gauntlet though, okay? We good? We good? Everybody cool? Cool. Leveled up. Mommy, I'm gonna get another point in sneak. I'm gonna do that because, wow, that's just a useful damn thing to have. My new toy proved wonderfully effective at dismembering raiders, and I helped myself to Pikmin's Blade and another rank in Iron Fist. In the Old North Church, I got my first important random legendary drop, a fortifying metal left leg for +1 strength and endurance. Meeting the railroad gave me enough experience for another level up. Time to start working on getting towards endurance 10 because we're going to want solar powered. This is like way early in the build compared to when Fudge Muppet has it, but we're getting all the same perks, just not in the same order. Next up, Boston Public Library for the intelligence bobblehead and some super mutants to test my new toy on. Next up, Diamond City, where I pilfered Kellogg's house key, I'd forget about that later, and got embroiled in a plan to make the local DJ not suck. Since that plan involved waiting till 6 p.m, I decided to take some time out and go over to Hardware Town, came back, accidentally killed Bull and Gouger before I was supposed to kill Bull and Gouger. Hey, you want to have a fist fight where I have a Deathclaw gauntlet? No, you don't? No. Once we sorted all that out, Travis was more than happy to be a DJ who didn't suck. Given that, like, everything else is actually going pretty well for us, I am just going to say, let's just do that. Alright, big leagues. There it is. Great. Then it was time for my first mission with Deacon. Why Deacon? Because his unique companion perk gives me even more sneak attack damage bonuses. Can't miss those. Yes. The best gun in the game. Well, one of the best guns in the game, but I can't use it. There are a lot of cryomines right here. I'm going to have that. I'm going to have that. Next up, Huber's Comics for the strength and melee damage boosting Grognak costume. As far as the build's concerned, by this point we have 3 ranks in sneak and we're working on getting armor mods. Now that's specifically a bonus to melee damage, not unarmed, but it is strength +2. Since Deacon's good graces, or more accurately the perk that comes with his good graces, is something I care about, we're doing his next mission, which involves killing a lot of super mutants and getting blown up by my own grenade. Mommy. Another Raider camp means another opportunity for Todd Howard's wonderfully obsolete game engine to screw me over. Hopefully I don't get like... Oh my god. Well, I didn't expect that random little bit of VATS incompetence to happen. Around the corner from Railroad HQ, I found a suit of power armor, which I used to punch a couple of robots to death, thereby starting Mechanist. I kept the power armor for Deacon's next mission, which involved me killing a Deathclaw with a knife. Went to Saugus Ironworks, where Garrus had given his father's sword to a band of raiders. The sword wasn't actually all that good, but I did get enough XP to get another rank in Ninja. It was around this time that the VATS key on my keyboard broke, and it may surprise you to learn that it is very difficult to beat Fallout 4 with no guns when VATS doesn't work. That's a little bit further up the coast, I found a jury-rigged Eyebot pod and sent it to go look for minerals or resources or something. Do you think I ever went back there to check? Nope. Next up, my first visit to Kroot Manor, which was overrun by feral ghouls. Armed with a new keyboard, I attempted to attack the mini-nuke-toting raider at Libertalia, which went about as well as one might expect. Because this is going to be where... Deacon's buddies asked me to clear out Starlight Drive of mole rats, which was fairly easy. This prompted Deacon to finally start spilling his guts to me, before we started spilling the guts of super mutants at Breakheart Bates. Meanwhile, by this point, I'm getting action point refresh. Beneath what might have been Doctor Who's old stomping grounds, a quarry, I found Crown's Tooth. And beneath an old train station, I found a vault. a vault containing a metal man who might just be able to help me find that sun that I'm supposed to be so worried about. Nick's captor died to a mine pretending to be a grenade. I did more settlement building and found out just how drafty the Grognak costume can be, and a 200-year-old communist asked for my help. Normally I wouldn't give the rat bastard who launched the nukes that destroyed Boston the time of day, but he wanted me to kill a bunch of other communist schools, so I said, alright. By the way, I need to point out, this is the second quest that involves me repairing a really old warship. Todd Howard is out of ideas. Next up was the second Mechanist mission, which went absolutely fine, no problem whatsoever. I dissected a RoboBrain brain and found a mechanical part, go figure. Moving further south to Quincy, we killed legendary super mutant enforcers, legendary junkbots, legendary raiders, and Tessa, a gunner with an arm, a power armor arm that makes unarmed damage better. Not that I was using power armor by this point. You might be asking yourself, Madcap, what the hell? What is going on right now? At this point in the game, after you save Nick Valentine, you're supposed to just go back to his detective agency, answer some questions, go to Kellogg's apartment, then hunt down Kellogg in Fort Hagen, which is on the western end of the map. Here you are on the southeastern end of the map. What are you doing? The answer to that question is, I'm going to Poseidon Energy because I want the Endurance bobblehead because I want to start putting points into solar powered. Unfortunately for that plan, what was in my way was a legendary glowing Mirelurk, which took basically my entire inventory's worth of grenades to kill. Speaking of bobbleheads, next stop, the wreck of the FMS Northern Star, and some totally not Draugr to slaughter my way through on the way to the Agility bobblehead. It's now 6 o'clock, and something that we picked up last time is the first rank in solar powered, so now it's +2 to strength and endurance until it's 6 p.m., which is great. At level 27, Sunlight will slowly heal my radiation damage, and at level 50, Sunlight will regenerate my lost health. My build is looking pretty good, but it can be better. I want the Mysterious Serum, which can temporarily boost my strength by 5. So I went over to Cabot House, talked to Jack Cabot, murdered my way over to Parsons, murdered some raiders, and got my hands on the first vial. In order to get a lifetime supply of Mysterious Serum, I have to keep doing quests for Jack's family. The next one is to return his party girl sister Imogen. On the way, I also drop by a school to kill some raiders, free some traders, and get the rest of Deacon's life story, and, more importantly, his cloak and dagger perk. Bye bye, you weird little cosplayer, I have no further use for you. But, as a parting gift, I helped his people set up a new base at Starlight Drive-In, blissfully unaware that I was setting in motion a chain of events that would see me slaughter an entire innocent family. Speaking of families, Imogen had joined a cult. The cult leader wanted all my stuff. I objected vociferously and sent Imogen back home. With Deacon's perk in hand, it's time to get a new companion. So I made my way over to Trinity Tower and killed a buttload of super mutants to meet Strong, who is himself a super mutant. On the way down, we took the elevator, which meant I got to throw a couple of grenades and watch Strong do most of the shooting. Afterwards, we celebrated our newfound partnership by killing some bears, as well as some of Strong's own fellow super mutants. Okay, Strong's going for it. Strong's going for it. Yes! That's my boy! You good? Strong? Okay, everything is on fire. Now, we're beating Fallout 4 without using guns. We've covered use and guns, but we also, of course, need to cover beat Fallout 4, which means finish the main quest. So, back to Diamond City, talk to Nick, and make a very startling discovery. What? When did I get Kellogg's house key? The answer, because you've been paying attention, was back in Part 9. Armed with new clues about Kellogg's whereabouts, I decided to put that on hold again and go find a bunch of new melee weapons. Nick proved unable to pick the lock to get me Grognak's X, so it was off to Swan's Pond for the Furious Power Fist and the last unarmed weapon that I would go out of my way to get. Speaking of incredible melee weapons, I have now gotten far enough in the main quest to trigger Far Harbor's start.
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent.
Next stop was Jamaica Plain, where I finally remembered that I'm allowed to use grenades. Of course, I did also forget how trip mines work. I'm getting a lot of steel and fiber optics out of it. Oh, yeah, so anyway, that happened. Anyway, I got myself the 2016 World Series baseball bat that I would never use, and remember that I could build myself a bench press machine to increase my strength even further. But yeah, during the daytime I am now an unstoppable radiation-proof juggernaut, and at night I'm a sneaky murder machine. With the first rank in solar powered, it was time to start Far Harbor, where I quickly realized that radiation was going to be the least of my concerns. On the plus side, I did get the single most important perk in this build. Blitz rank 2. Thank you. I joined the Children of Adam, had a vision quest, killed a heretic, and also a fog crawler that just kind of got in my way, all to get the only thing I really came to Far Harbor in the first place to get. Hoorah! Adam's Judgment plus 100 radiation damage. Ah, it's beautiful. But then Todd Howard decided that I shouldn't be allowed to play the game my way, and set the people of Finch Farm into a revolt against me. The people of Finch Farm are very unhappy. I may lose control of the settlement if things don't improve. What? Until such time as I improved their lives that they couldn't be bothered to improve themselves. Next stop was to return to Fort Hagen to finally get the main quest going. On the way, I stumbled across another Robo-Brain for the Mechanist side quest. Crawling through Fort Hagen, I began to understand the single greatest flaw in this build, namely that I cannot hit ceiling turrets in vats. Oh, I can't stab. Oh, whoa, almost dying. Can I reach you? I can't reach you. Oh my god, that thing just chews through my health. There we go. Okay, note to self, we need to quick save because holy crap. Ada, that one's on you. Ada proved about as useful as a robot built by someone without the robotics expert perk, and I blew myself up with a grenade. Again. How come they're not burning? Are you f***ing kidding me? After all the hassle of getting to Kellogg, you might think that he lived up to expectations, but in the time it took me to record this, I've already killed him. Anyway, I looted his corpse for a clue, watched the Hindenburg's arrival, and then went off to the Fort Hagen satellite array right around the corner for the next step of Mechanist. By this point, I've got both moving target and some weapon and armor upgrades because you don't skimp on crafting in a Bethesda game. Anyway, more robot mayhem ensued. I picked up a robo-brain named Jezebel, murdered my way out of the array, and called it a day. Since the glowing sea was right there, I decided to duck into it very briefly to see how much solar power was protecting me from the radiation there. The answer was nowhere near as much as I'd hoped. Then, after only a very few short detours, I reunited with Nick and Piper, and we probed Kellogg's memories to find out that the Institute has teleporters from Star Trek. While I was in between recording sessions, Todd Howard dumped an update in my lap. I've found myself at some point a powerful sledgehammer that I threw in my inventory back home and promptly forgot about. Moron. Oh my god, this powerful sledgehammer that's been sitting in my inventory since episode 30-something, right before I went into the glowing sea. Give me this. Hang on. So, give me everything fun off of the pulverizer. It's 464, but it doesn't have any mods. This is going to be 25% more damage. I'm just going to pull this mod off. Powerful sledgehammer. Give me that. Oh my god. Heavy sharp rocket. 501 damage. Yeah, Madcap, you should have had this on before. Holy shit. Setting my own incompetence aside, like that wonderful sledgehammer, I ventured into the glowing sea and got over my crippling fear of Deathclaws. Still not gonna help Preston, though. I stumbled across an Enclave base added by that new Todd Howard update I just mentioned and slaughtered my way through it until they called for gunship reinforcements. The cowards. I fled to Virgil's lair. Virgil told me about teleportation and asked me to do him a favor in return. I said I'd think about it and then went off to go play with bombs instead. I murdered my way over to Green Tedge Genetics to face a courser. You think he gave me more of a fight than Kellogg? Let's find out. Oh, who, me? Yeah. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good at all. Hello. Without Todd Howard's amazing physics engine cheating on his behalf, the cursor stood absolutely no chance. He went down, I returned to Jack Cabot just to keep that quest moving, and then I went over to the railroad to have the courser's head examined. We scavenged for parts for the teleporter, and by that I mean we slaughtered more of Strong's extended family and some robots, and then we warped to the Institute. I did still want that lifetime supply of mysterious serum, so it's back to Parsons Insane Asylum with a few glitches along the way. Would you like to swing today? Oh, you would. Thank you. Hello. Stealth kill that you can't see. The stealthiest of kills. There should be... Oh, I've warped back downstairs somehow. That's fine. I notched my first Mirelurk Queen kill and slaughtered my way through the Insane Asylum before coming face to face with Jack's questionably sane father. Maybe there was a reason he was there. Don't care. Let him out, because I want that lifetime supply of mysterious serum. Thank you very much. I decided to tail Lorenzo back to his family reunion, stopping to perform some percussive maintenance on a 200-year car along the way. The family was less than pleased. I gave them a piece of my mind and proposed a trip to Nuka World to calm things down. The Raiders, recognizing the arrival of their new overboss, decided to throw me a welcome home party complete with fireworks. And then this thing back here... Ah! Shit. Well, I'm dead. It was at this point, the point that you're watching right now, that I realized that I would need to use a squirt gun to kill Coulter, and thereby need to slightly amend my no guns rule. Kind of funny that I didn't even think about this until now. Bending the rules to use the squirt gun turned out to be not enough. I was going to need another pick-me-up. We have the mysterious serum. Not gonna lie, that's damage resistance plus 50. Strength plus 5? Oh my god, yes! My willingness to use experimental narcotics derived from the blood of a crazy man impressed the raiders so much that they made me their god, and I set about cleaning up the park for them. Haha, just kidding. I am the guy who, at the doorstep of Fort Hagen, got distracted on a multi-episode search for better melee weapons. No, first I went off to these quasi-Scientologists and decided to help them find some spacesuits. To that, I needed to go to the Galactic Zone, or as I called it, the Hell Death Turret Zone. Hello? You're dead. And... Mother of God. The point of all this insanity is to run around murdering robots and collecting star cores until you have enough power to restart this portion of the park. I have a perception penalty, so this took a frustrating amount of time. Anyway, these weirdo cultists weren't done bilking my goodwill yet. Next they had me kill some vermin for them, some of which was self-destructing anyway. And what was my reward for all this? A gun? I can't use a gun! I sentenced them to death by centrifugal force. Well, except for this guy who decided not to go in for some reason. Lovely. Next up was the World of Refreshment, easily the most straightforward of the various park zones. All you do is kill a bunch of Mirelurks and their queen. Followed by Kitty Kingdom, which was an exercise in frustration, not all of which was intended by the developers. This is quite annoying. What? Hello? Oswald the Outrageous proved to be the only boss in the entire game worth a damn, and then it was on to Dry Rock Gulch, where I had to kill a giant worm. That was the easy part. The hard part was my self-imposed challenge for putting another wrinkle in things. I think some of these robots are gonna want to duel me. And I can't duel because I can't use guns. You see the dilemma that I have. My final solution was, shall we say, unique.
And something at my base ain't exactly in the rules. Wait, never mind, just don't hit me again.
Next was the Safari Zone, where I got to kill Reskinned Deathclaws with the help of Khal Drogo, whom I somehow managed to convince to stay, even though I only had 1 charisma. With the park now squared away, it's time to start invading the Commonwealth. First stop, Croup Manor, which I decided to leave in the hands of a completely sane and level-headed gang.
Think there's someone that needs us.
Oh no, you guys are actually going to attack the Brotherhood. I traded Nordhagen Beach and Knuckle Sandwich in exchange for some supplies, and around the corner from that was X688 and Libertalia, and a chance to get revenge on a mini-nuke-toting bastard. You had a mini-nuke launcher on you. Why? I wanted Spectacle Island for my second raider base, but Shake wouldn't let me take it until I'd unlocked the workbench there. And of course, to unlock the workbench there means I need to clear it. So when I came back to Shank, I got an unsurprising result.
Pretty sure that place is one of yours, boss. That's where you want to hit?
And then it was on to Egret Tours Marina, which again I had to clear out before I could clear out. With 3 raider bases under my control, it was time to celebrate by being blown up a lot. Bye-bye. Alright, you're gonna explode. Move, please move. Or don't. That's fine. Yep. Okay, now run away. Really adverse to, like, getting up and running away. How many suiciders are there? Okay, hold up. Wait. Save. There's more than one suicider. Alright. Oh, whoa. Who's setting off freaking grenades? Excuse me, guys. I want whatever legendary the ghoul had. Fortifying strength and endurance. Hot diggity. Yeah, I ended up getting a lot of those. Anyway, I had to go back to Nuka World to put down Mags and William Black and the operators because, well, they didn't like me because I wasn't giving them anything. And I wasn't giving them anything because, hey, guess what? I wanted the other 2 perks, which are amazing for a melee build. Chosen Disciple. Kills made by my melee weapons will restore some of my action points. Oh, snap. Also, Pack Alpha. Damage resistance is greatly increased, and I deal more damage while using unarmed or melee weapons. Oh dear. Definitely calls for celebration, and this time we can blow things up that are not me, and that are meant to be blown up. Fireworks, yay! I got the horsepower armor, did a side quest that involved killing synths that were not hostile to me, well done. I gave Jezebel a body, and I signed up for another side quest that involved killing people who were not hostile to me. So what do I have to kill these guys? Is that the idea? Come not between the madcap and his XP, I guess. Next, I did more Creation Club content. Namely, I tracked down a gunner artifact and solved some sort of merchant's dispute. I wasn't really paying attention, just I was lost in a blind rage of bloodlust. More importantly, I was now the Commonwealth's apex predator, and it was time to prove that by hunting down and annihilating multiple super mutant behemoths. I also settled a couple of other scores, one against Covenant and another against that last Enclave pilot who had somehow lost his ride out in the glowing sea. For one last bit of Creation Club content, I returned to the Saugus Ironworks and got my hands on some thermal power armor. But realistically, I'm not going to use that, and it's time to stop screwing around and finish up the game. Raid the Mechanist lair, kill her robots, explain to her that she's a dumbass, and leave her alive. Next stop, the Institute. Unfortunately, Liam and Mr. Clean needed more time to put their fiendish master plan into action, so I had to go work for Father for a bit. He wanted me to go to Bunker Hill, where the synths didn't know whose side I was on, and I didn't know where I was going. Didn't I just come this way? I feel like I just... How come your laser gun is making noise? The courser assigned to capture the Bunker Hill synths died of a fatal case of my fist. I lied to Father about that diagnosis, and then I murdered a lot more synths to help some other synths escape, because that's apparently how synth liberation works. Also, I did one mission with Glory before her soon-to-come plotline death, but I forgot to turn it in, so the game will never know and she never got the, glory for it. Huh. The final build ended up being 9 strength, 1 perception, 10 charisma, 10 endurance, 2 charisma, 6 intelligence, 10 agility, 4 luck. We had 3 ranks in Iron Fist, all the ranks in Big Leagues, all the ranks in Armorer, all the ranks in Blacksmith, 1 rank in Toughness, 1 rank in Aqua Girl, 1 rank in Cannibal, 2 ranks in Ghoulish, all 3 ranks in Solar Powered. Obviously, we had nothing in the Charisma tree. We got Science for some reason. Oh, to make the Sledgehammer better. Right, yes, obviously. Which then we didn't actually use the powerful Sledgehammer. You moron. All 5 ranks in Sneak. Duh. All 3 ranks in Action Girl. All 3 ranks in Moving Target. All 3 ranks in Ninja. Both ranks of Blitz. And then we didn't actually get anything in Luck. Since the glorious Synth Revolution was still running behind schedule, I had to help the Institute raid the Mass Fusion building, which meant I got shot at in an elevator again, and then nearly crop-dusted by a vertibird. The Brotherhood did what the Institute could not, and found the Railroad HQ, killing Glory, which probably would be sad if I didn't know that her death was unavoidable. Still, Glory must be avenged, so I slaughtered some people I could have called friend in another life, hitched a ride to the Prydwen, failed to bluff my way through my very first boring conversation anyway, and slaughtered the place. There was, however, a complication. I feel so bad I cannot take this cat with me. I can't do this, but I could, and I did. Then all that was left to do is destroy my son's life's work. He was upset about that, but he's dying and I'm not, so there. I sabotaged the reactor, blew up the Institute, crashed the game, and beat Fallout 4 without firing a gun. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you didn't enjoy it, please hit the like button anyway, and I'll see you next time.